Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in for another Raw recap as we recap this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. And before I get into anything that I have to say about this episode, make sure you leave this video a like as it continues to help this channel to grow and it beats the YouTube algorithm. And if you are someone that's not subscribed or watching this for the first time, make sure you do me a favor. If you want to continue to get these videos and continue for this channel to grow, click that subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the videos that I post, whether they're wrestling or they're football related. So let's just get right into Monday Night Raw as we start off the show with Liv and Dom cutting a promo about Nikki Bella and what happened last week with Nikki Bella getting attacked by Liv Morgan. Then we're talking about Liv Morgan wants a championship and calls out Io Sky, and Io Sky comes out and Liv is basically, you don't want it? I'll take the title greatly off your hands. And Io gives her the title, but drop kicks her and Dom to start off the show in a very, very good way. And we'll get more into Liv later on, but we got the first match of the night, which is Ivy Now, Stephanie Vaquer, Raquel Rodriguez, and Asuka, and a Fatal 4-Way Queen of the Ring tournament. And this was a very solid match. First of all, I'm glad to see that Asuka's back, but I think the WWE is kind of dropping the ball on some of these returns. I wish that the WWE would kind of not pre-announce the return of somebody that, especially of Asuka's caliber, who's been away for over a year like Asuka has been away. I wish the WWE would just not pre-announce someone that's coming back, especially after that long of a holdout. I mean, other than that, it was a very good match, and Raquel had the match won, but it ends up being Rhea Ripley that cost Raquel, because Raquel was the one that cost Rhea Ripley last week, so she was getting her payback, and Asuka cuts up the pin to win the match, and then she cuts an after-match promo that no one's still not ready for Asuka, and she's coming for the Queen of the Ring title. Actually, with the momentum that she's been riding, to be honest, I thought they were going to give this match to Stephanie Vaquer. I am not going to lie to you guys. I thought Stephanie Vaquer was going to be the one that wins this match with the momentum that she has been on, I want to say rather the last couple of months, even pre-WrestleMania and a little bit after. I thought this match was going to go to the favor of Vaquer, but they ended up giving it to Asuka in her return. Then the New Day cut a promo about there's no tag team that's ready to face them. There's tag teams that they're beneath. The tag teams that's beneath them, unworthy was the word they used that to kind of summarize teams not being ready to face them. Then we had the Judgment Day backstage with Raquel still being upset, Liv still being frustrated, and it seems Finn Balor is bringing Roxanne Perez for a reason. I always feel that this Judgment Day, like I say, I've said this before, the Judgment Day come SummerSlam, and in my personal opinion, will not look the same. Somebody's going to turn on Dom. Somebody's going to turn on Rhea. Liv Morgan, or Liv and Morgan, Liv or Raquel is going to have something is going to happen with this Judgment Day thing. I have a funny feeling. Then we get to Gunther cutting a promo on world title win, and he's talking about how Jey Uso was only better than him for one day, and that he knew he was going to come back and win the title. Then here comes Goldberg, which the rumors online were true that they took the title off Jey Uso to set up Gunther versus freaking Goldberg. Goldberg, July 12th, Saturday night main event in Atlanta for the World Heavyweight title. And I just gotta keep my thoughts off about this. I don't like this. If Triple H becoming Vince 2.0? Because this is something we would see in the Vince McMahon era. Something like this is something we would have gotten in the Vince McMahon era. Whether we're talking about Goldberg coming back, it is possibly his retirement match against Gunther and for the world title. Gosh, this did not have to require a title. If they built this match right, it did not require a damn title. I don't like the fact that it's not me being frustrated that they took the title off Jey Uso. It's for this particular match. Goldberg versus Gunther did not need to have a title for it to mean something. If they would have built it as this could possibly be Goldberg's last match, and then they could kind of go back and circle off a bit back to what happened at Bad Blood in Atlanta, you don't need a title for this match. This is something in the Vince McMahon era, whether it was, I think it was 2012 or 2013 when they took the title off Punk to give it to The Rock just for John Cena to get another rematch at him. It's been too many instances of Vince McMahon era and Triple H's right now. This is Triple H Vince McMahon 2.0. Is he? Because this match, the way this match is set up, is basically something that we know would see in the Vince era, whether it was Goldberg squashing Kevin Owens, I think it was, to set up Brock versus him in WrestleMania for the Universal title. What match that also did not need a title. I'm sorry. This is screaming Vince McMahon 2.0. You guys leave your thoughts in the comments down below about that one. But then we have Jamie McDonough versus AJ Styles. And I've said this on this channel before. JD McDonough has been really impressing me ever since he came back from that injury. I think at one point, at least this is my opinion, if JD is one of those guys that they give a push to, I think they could catch lightning in a bottle with him. I think he could catch lightning in a bottle with him. Had a very good match against AJ Styles, and they're building up an AJ Styles coming out their Dom Mysterio's Intercontinental Championship, which in this match, it was dominated by JD, but AJ Styles ended up hitting the Styles Clash to pick up the win. And he's staring Dom down, and it looks like Dom attacks him. AJ Styles gets the upper hand. Finn makes the save, and it looks like all three were trying to attack him, but AJ Styles slows and rolls out the ring smartly to escape the attack, which leads to Nick Aldis making a match for AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio at Night of Champions. Now, I think this is a very good move for the WWE. I'll get into my Night of Champions predictions next week. But either way it goes, then we get back to A-Town Down arguing backstage when Bayley is making her way out. I want A-Town Down to break up. Damn it. But they pull a trigger. Pull a damn trigger. If all they're going to do is present them to us arguing backstage, pull a damn trigger and break them two up already. Because I'm sick of all this promo, all this build-up, and all the little intricacies and secrecies that they're putting in for them to break the damn two up. It's been the setting up for months for them two to split up. Do it. But either way, we got Penta cut a promo about how he's been getting attacked by Seth Rollins. Then we get into Bayley cutting a promo about how she was frustrated about getting taken out of WrestleMania, how Becky has become basically a thorn, if you want to say, on her shoulder. And then Becky Lynch comes out trolling the Green Bay, Wisconsin crowd with Bears gear. As a Bears fan, and you guys can clearly see that, as a Bears fan, I absolutely loved every bit of it. I loved every bit of this for coming out with the Bears gear. Troll Green Bay as much as you can, Becky. As much as I'm not the biggest fan of Becky, I'm a fan of her outfit that she came out with, and Becky is basically said, you want me, you can have me. not in Green Bay, and definitely not for this title. And I'll be honest, this promo wasn't all that. It doesn't hit for me. Bayley versus Becky, I thought it would have hit something. This was kind of But then that gets announced that Becky and Bayley will be going against each other next week for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And Lyra comes backstage saying that I understand you doing what's best for you, but after that match, you win the title. If you beat Becky, I'm doing what's best for me. So, at the end of the day, I think that could be an intriguing match and could carry on the story. I thought they were going to kind of push this a little bit longer, or make this a women's evolution match. But they're getting it next week. But if it doesn't end clean, I think they're going to push it for evolution. But either way it goes, you have Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan. And this is what I wanted to talk about Liv Morgan, is that basically not too long into the match, Liv Morgan suffers a legit injury and you guys, if you guys are not too familiar with wrestling, things like that, you can kind of think like, is this a setup for Liv's heel character? But it's actually not. This was a legit injury, because that in a spot like that, that's not something that somebody would just make a storyline off of a little spot like that you see hundreds of times in wrestling matches. Liv comes down awkward on her right shoulder, and it ends up being a dislocated shoulder. One thing I will say about Liv Morgan and Raquel, I want the women's tag team titles off of them, because they haven't really done anything with them since they got them. I know the women's tag team division, or the women's tag team in general, the titles in general, haven't really been done anything with. But I think this is something that I think should propel the WWE to take the titles off of Liv and Raquel at some point, because they haven't really defended them since the night after. I think they got them in the round after WrestleMania. They haven't really been nothing. They've just been basically a talking point at this point. If we're talking about Liv, she keeps talking about how she's a 3 or 4 time women's tag team champion. So I think at this point, they got to do something with these titles. But prayers up to Liv Morgan. Hopefully everything is okay. She can come back, have a speedy recovery. But like I said, at some point, I think they got to relinquish those titles at some point. Whether it's due to injury or whether it's due in storyline in some way, I think they're going to have to relinquish these titles at some point, because they become meaningless. Then we have Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn promo backstage. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Karrion Kross. And Sammy's like, I'm tired of this talking. I'm tired of you doing this. I've been out in the ring. You haven't been out in the ring. But once I'm done with this tournament mess, me and you out in the ring. And that is something I cannot wait to see how they're going to push Karrion Kross going forward. I cannot wait to see that. But then you have the main event with Sheamus, Jey Uso, Bronson, Reed, and Rusev, and the Fatal 4-Way for the men's King of the Ring. And overall, this was a very good match that had a lot of intricacies and stories connected to it. Jey Uso being thrown in late after losing the world title. Then you have Sheamus and Rusev that have a rivalry. Then you have Bronson Reed with the Seth Rollins faction that's going to factor into it. And it all played itself in this match, where it was times where Sheamus and Rusev couldn't get off each other. Bronson Reed dominated the match, looking at Paul Heyman. And we knew the unexpected. Braun Breaker, once Jey Uso I think he hit a spear, got to the top rope, and Braun Breaker interfered, pushed him off the top rope. Then you have Sami Zayn interfere to kind of slow that down. Then Penta comes out and slows down Braun Breaker. And then LA Knight comes out to hit Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. This was a great night, great end to the night, with Jey Uso getting a spear and hitting 2 Uso splashes to Bronson Reed to pick up the win. Then Seth Rollins comes out, frustrated that his plan is not working, only for Cody Rhodes to come out, who will be Jey Uso's opponent next Monday night, which I'm looking forward to that. This was a good ending to a show that was kind of dragging a little bit. I'll be honest. The best point in this match was the end. And then you have Goldberg returning for some people. Not for me. I will be honest. It didn't hit for me because I'm tired of Goldberg. Never really been a big fan of Goldberg. But Goldberg returning does hit a little bit. Slightly. Not much, but slightly. But the end of it, I think, carried the show. I'm giving the show a 6.5 out of 10. The promo with Bayley and Becky was not hitting for me. Liv and EO, I'm so tired of Liv being in a title picture already because it seems like they're pushing the same women. I do like the fact that Rhea and Raquel maybe have something going, but Liv, the way they're pushing Liv is cool, but I just want different. Not always different, but Liv has been in a title picture so long what I think is maybe it could be some other women that could be deserving of a world title event or world title match. Maybe a Lyra, or at some point maybe Raquel, because I think she could be a solid world champion. Asuka, which I think they're pushing her. Stephanie Vaquer at some point. I just want a little bit different from the typical Liv, the typical Rhea, it's just typical. So I give it a 6.5 out of 10, but it was an okay show. The end saved it. But you guys leave your thoughts in the comments down below. APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Leave this video a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.